Howdy, y'all. This is my good friend Todd Puckett.
And I think this is Mr. Holga.
And this is
Don's
Photo Equipment. Well, your glasses are over there.
I know, I know.
Not right. Now, guys, we messed it up last week. week.
Okay.
Right here in front of, say it with us, the Great Wall of Film.
Yeah,
See, now, there's not going to be any bouncing ball, which I also realized I was going this way, and on screen it really should go this way. There is no help for us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In order to get these things right, we'd have to practice, but we're not going to do that.
No, that requires a rehearsal, that requires a discussion, that requires a meeting. None of that's going to happen. So I know most of you already tuned out. Yeah. We have a very big show for you today.
Man, alive.
So we're going to talk about Apple. Right?
Well, we're just going to, we got a lot of stuff.
This is the teaser. We have to tease them a little. We're going to talk about Apple.
New camera.
We're going to talk about a new camera. Ooh.
Yep, we got an unboxing.
We're going to talk about Adox.
Yep.
We're going to talk about AFC. AFC stands for? AFC stands for?
It's American Football League Conference.
This is a photography.
Atlanta Film Company.
Atlanta Film Company, and we're also going to talk about DCP. DCP, which is
closing.
That hurts. So, guys, stick around for a lot more. And I even have a comment or two. I think at least one good comment that we're going to save to the end, guys. Because you know how great the comments are.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So we're going to jump right into it. Todd, what is new, buddy?
What is new? It's been an overwhelming month.
It has been.
And a lot. Him moving, me with trying to clean this thing up.
Yes.
It's been overwhelming.
So speaking of the movie, by the time this video comes out,
yeah,
I'm going to be like between homes. So after this comes out, the next time I will be in Waxahachie, Texas, permanently.
Yeehaw.
Permanently.
Salute.
As a matter of fact, the other day I said I was a Waxahachiean.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I haven't even lived there a night yet. So.
Yep. He's already feeling it.
I'm feeling it. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, let's jump into things that are moving.
What's moving?
Well, it's moving to the going out of business sign. It's the My Photos stream for Apple.
Wow.
I think this is going to be the same thing, the same excitement of what was that? The digital review closing.
DP Review.
DP Review,
which actually went out of business.
Yep.
And came back into business.
Well, no, somebody else is.
Somebody bought it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
wow.
that's news here. So
I didn't know that.
DP Review, which was owned by Amazon, the Amazon said no more on that.
Yep.
No mas. They said the end of the line. Mind you, they didn't really do any film photography reviews because it was digital. Somebody bought them. Now I don't know who bought them.
All right. Well, that's the next. We'll look into that.
We will look at that in the next video and let you guys know, because I know we said it was the death of photography, but yet here they are. They're still going.
They're alive. They're alive.
So we can only hope, guys.
But maybe this will happen with them. Apple, My Stream Photo. Or will this be like Kodak Chemistry going away and nobody cares? And who's going to buy my photo stream back?
Well, I hear the same thing with like Google Picasso and things like that. Nobody wants to store your images long term.
No.
For free.
For free.
Nobody wants to do it long term.
They're just closing it all down.
Yeah.
And it's just, and again, I think this may be one of those things to where a majority of the people go,
meh. Well,
But it's interesting because it's just like there's things out there that are going on that you'd think would be big news, but
yeah, not very big news.
Not very big news.
Especially with Apple, the name Apple.
I know, but Apple, Kodak, found out things about Kodak.
Well, hold on a second. So the photo streaming. So I have used.
See, I don't even really know
I have
what
used
it's
Flickr
about.
for a good long time, and guys. And if you ever want to go check out my Flickr, it's in the description below. And I essentially just use it as a place I store what I consider some of my better photos. And so if I ever need to grab one or show a friend or something like that, I can go to my Flickr stream. I've got little albums. I can go through it, figure out which ones. So when you and I go do photo walks,
you put it
like
in
the film for Rania, P30, or the Orto, I have an album down there, and it's very easy for me to find it or give somebody
So is that
a
like
link to
what
it.
this is?
Well, I mean, no, not really. I mean, this is probably so people can store all their photo stuff.
Okay.
I've never used them.
This is what we always talk. No, I think that if we want to tie this into something that's real and significant and important to us.
Important to us.
To us, yes. if you want to keep your images, and everybody goes, oh, well, digital, it'll be in the cloud forever. No.
Yeah.
Okay. This is showing that's wrong.
It is not in the cloud
Shoot.
forever.
Keep your negatives. Your negatives are your hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
Apple will never get rid of those for you. So this is an important reason why you need to shoot film, keep negatives, is because you can keep your images then. So
And don't throw your negatives away.
don't throw your negatives away, people.
Save the negatives.
Yeah. So, but that kind of wraps that up, I think. But see, now that we've talked about it, there was a reason that it's important to us.
It's always important. To us.
It pushes the shoot film and keep negatives part.
Well, the one part I wanted to impress about my Flickr account is I actually pay for it.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
I feel that you need a service that you're actually paying for, because the free stuff is just going to go away.
Yeah.
And if you want those things to be maintained for any amount of time and be retrievable, you really need to cough up a few bucks and pay for it, guys. Apple can't be free. Google can't be free. I mean, it's just, you have to pay for these things.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
We're going to move on to the next topic because we're going to kind of try to keep this.
It's going to be a short video today,
Well,
guys,
and then it goes on
because
and on.
I'm moving this week,
Yeah,
if you haven't heard already.
Now, a while back, we talked about Kodak Sino-Promise
Right.
closing the doors.
Sino-Promise Group.
And
closing
everybody
no more
thought,
chemicals.
And nobody evidently didn't really care, and they thought we were
They're
lying.
like, eh.
Yeah. Well,
Well, there was also other ways to get the
yeah,
same chemicals.
but that explains why this has happened.
Okay.
Adox now is making what they call Adox D76.
With air quotes, you're about to do the air
I was about to, but I didn't.
D76?
Yeah, but I didn't. I didn't. D76. Now, you can't do that without copyright infringement.
Right.
Without infringement.
You can't put D76 on it. No.
No, yeah. But you can if what happens, if Kodak lets the patent go
Ooh.
and Adox picks it up
Mm-hmm.
and now has the patent.
So if somebody else owns the patent to it.
Yeah. If Kodak, see, that's the whole deal about, we thought somebody else would pick this up and start doing it. No, they're letting it go. I mean,
Interesting.
Not only did they close it, they're letting the patents run out. They're letting everything go. Now, from what I understand, Adox picked it up and called Kodak and said, "Hey, you want to buy it? Don't lose it." And they said no. And evidently, they didn't get back to them, or just basically said, "Nah." They felt like everybody else did.
Not that big a deal. Sorry.
Not that big a deal. So Adox now is making. It's already made and it's available, and I will be ordering some of it. D76.
Ooh, that's
and
cool.
I have heard that is actually an improved version and will last
New and
longer
improved.
on the shelf.
Like all temperature.
It's just new and improved.
Gets
And
blood stains out.
It does. Well, it gets silver or green now, or something like
Oh, okay,
green.
yeah. Washes
But
away the unused silver.
the unused silver.
Right.
But this is interesting. So this is a look into what's going on with Kodak. Either accidentally, on purpose, or just through incompetence, their chemistry patents are falling off, and other people are picking them up.
I'm voting for incompetence.
That's a good thing. And so it's going to be interesting to see what else pops up in the market later on. And, it's
Yeah.
directly connected to it. We'll see.
I guess it's not a big
But-
money maker for them. They just didn't care.
It may not be. So that may be the other thing too, is that they're going, well, who cares?
Well, Sino-Promise was making the chemicals for them with their recipe. I
Right.
guess they ultimately, at the end of the day, weren't making that much money from
No.
the patent.
Right.
So who cares, right?
Right.
That's
Right.
But somebody else sees it's valuable.
But
the good news is that somebody else is going to make it, though.
Yes.
Right? And,
A new and
con-
improved
and
version.
continue a different bottle. Let's be honest. It's gonna be
Well,
new packaging.
Supposedly it'll last. It's new packaging, but it also is made better because I don't think D76 probably hasn't changed in decades.
Oh, and it's probably an very old patent.
Very old patent, and probably hadn't changed in decades. So now somebody has it and said, "Hey, let's spruce it up." And
Yeah.
they did. So these things will be popping. Let's just see if things will be popping up under every other areas. But also now, we've got a new item in.
Ooh, new item.
Well, and
He can't open that without his glasses on.
no, I can open it. It's just usually I have things to cut. Like
Oh, no. You
This-
don't want to cut through this.
don't want to cut through this. Just want to grab it and
Ooh, thank you, sir. I've been looking for one of these.
yes, quick snap flash camera.
Quick snap. So you can just go through these really quickly. It's kind of like you
Yes.
press your button and it goes click, 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 click.
A mini movie in 5 seconds. It's all gone, all gone. And this is kind of interesting. I have been out of this thing for a long
You've been out
time.
of a lot of disposable cameras for a long time.
Long time. Now I've got lots of underwater ones.
Right.
And now I am starting to get the quick snap ones.
It's very nice that they're catching up.
There are so many of these things that
Ketchup.
are coming in. Tomatoes.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it ketchup or ketchup?
It's quick snap.
It's quick snap. It's quick snap.
Quick snap. So I have seen a lot of these things.
No,
yeah,
I'm trying to read. He's trying to take it from me. No.
You have to do this, and I have to do this.
Exactly.
It's going to happen to y'all someday too. So don't laugh.
Continuous flash.
Yeah. And
Flash
flash continue.
One-time use camera. One-time
So-
use. Who would build a camera for only one use?
Fuji. 2025. So hurry. But these are perfect for weddings, perfect for parties, and a lot of these things have been turned in for processing because we are the pickup and drop-off point.
Yep.
And a lot of these have been showing up the past month.
Which is cool.
Yes. Now when you drop yours off,
Congratulations, brides.
yes, right here. Now we've got them. We've got them in, and that just means that the Fuji section is finally getting
Fuji's coming to life.
well
I mean,
supplied.
So you've got do you have both the 400 and 200 3-packs?
Right behind you.
Okay, so you get about
And the single rolls.
You have the 3-packs. You have the single rolls.
Yeah.
You have the underwater cameras, and now you've
Now I
got the
got the
regular
quick snap
cameras. The
cameras.
quick snap. Well, the regular cameras,
And
right?
the next, I will be getting the slide. I hope I've ordered slide film again.
So Fuji's got some life in it. I like that.
Yeah. It's perking up. Now, while Fuji has life coming in it, I've sold the last of my Luminaire, and that is now all gone. 200 rolls gone.
And that was the Kodak
Kodak
Aerochrome.
Aerochrome, but somebody else is going to be picking that up and bringing it in.
Okay.
And so hopefully,
So it won't smell like maple syrup.
Yeah, no. It'll have a Cowtown smell to it.
Which is perfectly fine. We're good with that
fine.
too.
Yes, not as good as smelling as maple syrup, but yeah, it will still be cool. And so one thing's coming in, things are going out, things are changing around. It is very, very helter-skelter.
Yeah. So I saw a post recently, and I'm pointing out because I'm looking over there at the Kodak Ektar half-frame cameras, which you have seen.
Yeah.
And the post essentially said the price of film is going through the roof. I would snap one of these up immediately. In other words, it's a half-frame camera.
Right.
So get twice as many photos from the same roll of film. It's like, you know,
Right.
do you want to cut your film costs in half? Well, take twice as many pictures. You still have those, and
they are selling.
and
They do
they're
sell.
selling, and they're fun cameras. But it's hilarious that the cost is what people are driving that as a sales thing. It's like, okay, really?
Yeah. Well, you get
The cost of the film is still the same. The developing
but
is still the
you
same.
get twice as many.
But you get
photos.
twice as many photos. You got to press
And
the button twice as many times.
And I have heard
Like I've
people-
got a shutter on both sides, or
And I tell you what, you make that camera and let's see how it sells.
Yeah, a dual
click,
shutter.
Click.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that would be actually kind of cool, because then but you click it and then boy, the winding. Anyway, off topic.
yes.
I've had a lot of people turn in film from that, and I've heard customers have been telling me that they've seen these things pop up on the internet now.
Oh yeah.
Where people will have just one frame up, but it'll have the 2 pictures in it.
Yeah.
Because that's how a lot of
That's
it
how
gets
it's being scanned.
It's scanned, and it can be scanned, but a lot of people don't want to do that. Because
Yeah,
that's twice as long.
your film processor can separate those files,
Some of them
but
can,
they
some of them
don't
can't.
because it's I hate to say it's laziness on their part,
Well,
but it is quicker and easier.
it's
You know,
also-
time is money. Time is money.
It's also twice as long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes more time for them to separate the photos. So you get to do that at home.
But it's hilarious that we get to. I get to hear customers sit there and tell me, "Hey, I see them on people's posts. I see them here. I see them there. You know,
Right.
it's becoming a visually seen thing all over the place now.
Yeah,
And it's
within
ve-
the last year, I think it's probably my favorite of all the new little kind of cheap plastic cameras. And I don't know
Yeah.
how else to come out. I really enjoy
Reusable. Well, it's
Reusable
disposables.
disposables.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. So there's like I said, there's so many interesting things that are coming out and so many interesting things that are happening that, and it's all snowballing.
Right.
And by snowballing, I mean, it's just, it's like, first we had Pentax coming out with the camera.
Which is still, we're still expecting it.
Well, yeah, but we just don't know how long.
Yeah, right. That's true.
It could be a year, it could be, who knows. But on the heels of that, Deluxe is making a comeback.
Yeah, I don't, I saw a little bit about that. I didn't really dive into it because I don't know that I've ever.
Well, you haven't had time.
Well, I don't know that I've ever had the wide lux. I need to have one of those type things.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've seen them, and I've seen people who say they use them, and they say this is the best camera since sliced bread. But
Yeah. Well, the thing of it is, it has a huge following.
it does.
It really does. Deluxe has a huge following.
I understand it's got Jeff Bridges involved in it.
Deluxe evidently burned to the ground about
Oh.
20 years ago.
Good times.
Yeah, good times. Break out the hot dogs and marshmallows.
Mm-hmm.
And the drawings and everything kind of went up with it.
Mm.
All of the sort of the history. I guess, again, that's one of those things in which maybe the patent dropped or the trademarks or whatever it needed to copyright it was gone.
Yeah.
And Jeff Bridges is a huge shooter of a huge supporter and a huge shooter of Deluxe. And his
Yes.
photos are phenomenal. I mean, whenever he's on set, he takes a lot of great photos, and then he just takes a lot of great photos of just people.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be on one side, and they run over and get into the other side, and so they're on both sides of the Deluxe. You can do that. And it's a thing.
Well, that does sound cool, actually.
It really is. And then he sells his photos up at a place in, I think, San Francisco, which evidently is a huge market for. My neighbor Robert Germany, I think, had his artwork up and out of this gallery in
Right.
San Francisco. So a lot of things like that sell huge in that area, which is great. And so Jeff Bridges was doing an interview with Silver Grain,
Okay, yeah.
and the publication. And somewhere in the interview, he says, "Why don't we make the Deluxe? Why don't we bring it back?" And the guy just kind of, "Okay, that's cute. Let's keep going." And later on, he goes, "No, really, let's bring it back."
Let's bring it back. Let's make one.
And then they finally said, "Oh, he's serious. Let's look into it." And they are. Jeff Bridges, his wife, and Silver Grain are working on. They've got Deluxes. They're tearing them apart. They're looking at them. They're backwards developing it.
Yeah.
And so they're doing this. This is coming out. This is what's happening. The fun thing is that this is now sort of Leica brought back their M6.
M6, yes.
And it's a continuous thing. It's not a one-time thing.
Well, they figured out they could make money again.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And now Pentax is bringing back a brand new camera, completely new from scratch.
And it's just the start of things for
the
them.
first of 6.
Yeah.
Now, Deluxe is announcing a comeback.
Okay.
It's 3 different companies, 3 different products, multiple cameras are now coming back. And they're in the progress stages of the returns.
Yeah.
M6 is out. Pentax will be out. Probably Deluxe may even beat them out.
Yeah.
But
Wonder
it's
what
real.
Nikon and Canon are doing.
There's
Besides nothing.
Nothing.
They're doing nothing.
Yeah, you would think that they would at least come up with something and say, "Hey, we're looking into it." Just
At least come out with a press release that
A
says,
press
you
release.
know what, we're poking around. We're poking the bear.
We're scratching our beards and thinking about it.
We're thinking about it.
Yeah.
You never know. We might. We might.
Or we just may be blowing smoke. But yeah, they should just be doing something about it because it's fun. All of these things are coming back. Now, something that you don't know. Yeah, spring it on.
I hate it when I don't know things.
Minute. He's been very busy. Usually
Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, and I miss being out. So if you've been in the last couple of Saturdays, I have not been hanging around, which is one of the fun things to do.
because he would have had a fun time last Saturday.
I've been packing.
Yeah, he missed a
And of course,
Saturday.
anytime celebrities come in, it's always when I'm not here.
Right,
So,
yeah.
and you had a celebrity in?
I did, but we're going to talk about that here in a minute because I want to tell you about this other thing.
The other thing I don't know,
Which
which is so wide.
Another company is coming back with 2 new different cameras. and they're adding to their production line.
Ooh. And this is this a company that I've heard of before? Okay.
Can you guess?
Well, we've already talked about...
It's very important to you.
Well, is it Holga? Okay.
Yes.
Well, which Holgas are they coming back with?
Well, I don't know if they're coming back. I just saw that they're doing two. One of them is a camera with a built-in flash instead of an add-on flash.
Okay, yeah, that's their 120NF model, yes.
No, but this is for 35, I think.
Okay, so no, you're right.
But,
I don't think any of the 35s had a built-in flash ever. You always had to use that clunky add-on, which is a pain in the butt. I hate the add-on flash.
So that's the first one. And
okay, that's cool.
And then there's a second one, I think, that has to do with medium format. So, but they're two brand new lines that they're adding, and I think these are brand new camera designs too.
Oh, very nice.
So this is something that he didn't know, but of course he's been very busy.
I have been very busy. I haven't been keeping up on my Holga.
I have no idea whenever they're going to actually do this, but evidently it's going to be fairly soon because they're talking about it, and I saw one article on it.
Yeah, I don't think they ever had a 135 is what they always called it, BC. I'm not sure that they ever had a built-in flash model. It was always a hot shoe, and I prefer the built-in flash only because, one, I'm too lazy to carry around a flash, and two, I mean, yes, it's right there on the camera and it doesn't have a very wide flash range, but that's part of the charm of the Holga.
It is.
It's much like the Kodak Actor half frame. You can only, you're only expecting to get what, 3-4 feet worth of that flash. It's probably a couple of AA batteries.
But it's gorgeous. Yeah,
but it does the job. If you're shooting the right film, that's more than enough, right? And so that's very cool.
Yeah. I had a lady bring in, speaking of whenever you said the half frame and flash, a lady came in and she was all excited. She goes, I just shot a wedding and I shot a roll on the half frame. Ooh. And she goes, I didn't have no idea what was going to happen. And this is where I got a lot of this conversation on the half frame with what's going on. And she goes, look, and she handed out her phone and flipped through it. They were gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
They were gorgeous photos. She was so excited about this. Gorgeous wedding photos that she took on the H35 half frame.
Hey, listen, guys.
It was fun.
If you're in Dallas, I'm gonna put this off right now. If you're in Dallas and you're getting married sometime soon, and you want somebody to come shoot half frame at your wedding, I will do it.
Will you charge them half price?
There you go. I'll charge them half price. I will charge you a nominal fee because I don't do anything for free. Yeah. I will charge you a small nominal fee, but I would love to come shoot your wedding.
Yeah, we had no free photography June.
That's right. I unfortunately forgot.
Yeah, well, you were busy.
Next year we're going to get it.
But anyway, like I said, there's just a lot of fun things popping up that are happening and things that are coming in the store. And it's so much so, it really is.
It's exciting.
It's exciting and overwhelming because I feel like the one where the Mighty Python movie where Mercury is tied to the ball and chain so he can't run fast. It's like I just want to run fast, but I got a ball and chain on me, and it's like I can't go. There's so much going on.
Horrible.
But and the other thing too is that yes, I have people coming in telling me, like the lady who shot the wedding on a half frame, and showed me the photos. They were gorgeous. And Saturday, I thought we had this a person say, "Hey, I'm going to be in town."
Right.
I thought it was going to be in August. And so Saturday I'm working, somebody goes, hey, how can I help you? And he goes, hey, yeah, I'm in town. I just said, oh, I thought you were going to be next week. AFC, Atlanta Film Company.
Atlanta Film Company.
Dropped by, and
they're in front of the box.
They're in front of the box, and they're doing all this stuff.
It's filmed too far, guys.
It's a bridge too far. AFC, Atlanta Film Company. AFC Atlanta Film Company. Euphoric 100. It's 100 daylight. They are getting a 250 daylight. Atlanta Film Company is taking the film from movies.
They're taking Kodak movie film.
Kodak movie film.
They're putting it in a container.
They have X number of, I'm going to say thousands of feet, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, they're buying it. They're buying the big rolls.
The big rolls, the big daddies.
Yeah.
And they're taking it and
packaging it
and selling it. Now the fun thing about this is that these are things that Cinestill aren't doing. These are different different ones. This is 250D daylight.
Right.
They have 50 and 400.
Yeah, they're taking different types because
This is
there's more
100.
than one flavor of movie film.
Oh, there is.
And they're taking different now.
And so-
the catch-22 here is
It still has the rim jet on it, and this is the 500 tungsten. Now we have 800. This is the 500 tungsten. So this still has the rim jet on it, which means you have to have it ECN6 processed.
well, I mean, I'm not sure if that's correct, but bare minimum, you at least have to have the rim jet removed before you actually process the film. And I did look into the remover of the rim jet. Warm water is all it takes.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they process it with a rim jet, and then they take the rim jet off.
Interesting.
Well, but there's a different way, and AFC, Atlanta Film Company, does that.
Yes, so
Bill?
you can buy the film from them and send it back to them, and they'll process
Atlanta Film Company is run by
Bill Manning.
Yeah,
and he was one of the Holga Week judges last year.
Yeah.
So we might have Bill again.
Yeah.
To doing judging because I think he had a lot of fun.
Bill was in town in Dallas in the DFW
So I'm really sad
area.
that I didn't get to see him. You should emergency dial me. Get over here quick.
Yeah.
Drop what you're doing.
It would have taken, he was here for about 2 hours. It would have taken you about an hour to get here. And he had to go because he had other plans for the night. He just got into town, came by to see the wall of film.
The great wall of film.
And talk. And we had about off and on a 2-hour conversation because customers were still coming in. And he hung around for about 40 minutes afterwards.
Yeah.
And so it was a busy day because he was here.
I don't see you wearing an Atlanta Film Company T-shirt right now.
No. Evidently, I didn't impress him enough with my conversation.
No free shirt. No free T-shirt.
No free T-shirt for me. And but yes, I will.
I don't think he has T-shirts right now.
I don't need.
I did recommend it to him though, because.
But the funny thing, okay, I will be picking some of these things up and carrying them in my store, and you can send them off to him. He has a quick turnaround time on it. You send him a bunch of rolls of film to process. This is one of these things in which it's better to kit a bunch of them and send off instead of onesies.
Bulk it up. Do that way.
Bulk it up, send it off, and I think he just next days it back to you.
I like that.
So it's a really, really interesting, fun setup. And it gives a company a lot more choices. It gives the film wall a lot more choices.
It does.
To pick from.
Like I said, the big thing to consider is that the film coming from Atlanta Film Company still has the rim jet on it. So whoever develops it for you, it doesn't have to be Atlanta Film Company, but they would really like to.
Yeah.
You just need to make sure that whoever's developing realizes the rim jet is still on there, and it's probably listed on there so that whoever's processing it will know better.
Well, yeah. Hand-rolled color negative film develops ECN2 only. Oh,
well,
not 6. ECN2.
ECN2 is
only.
probably the film.
The film.
World
It
stuff,
is the film. And actually, Cinestill makes some of that. But the thing with AFC on this is they have a lot of experience developing it, so they can just zip it in, zip it out. They know what they're doing, and they keep the chemicals fresh.
Excellent.
They're really on top.
Well, Bill, I am so unfortunately sad that I missed you in the store because I would have liked to have met you. So.
Like I said, there is so many things going on. So many things going on.
This is probably the busiest summer ever.
Oh, if I survive by the end of the year.
If you survive the fall, I'm going to survive the fall. Not as in he falls over, but
just the whole everything that goes through, because I anticipate it being very busy in September.
Yes.
And especially with all of the the new things in, and whenever I've got Atlanta Film Company up on the Great Wall, and you know what? Can we really call it great if it doesn't have Atlanta Film Company film on it?
Well, I mean, it's a swinging door. Films come and films go. So, I mean, just at least to have said some of it has been here and sold here before would definitely make it great.
It would increase the greatness of it.
It would.
And in the conversation that we had, I mean, he is extremely knowledgeable about everything going on behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah. Can you share any of that with us?
No.
He told me a little, and it's like, we can't talk about it.
It's like, I don't know what I can and can't say, but I will just say that, hang on, it's going to be fun, bumpy, rough
This is why
ride.
he's in the know. People will open up to him thinking, he's never going to remember this, and he remembers
don't.
everything. He's got a mind like a steel trap.
Nothing gets out.
Nothing gets out.
But it's fun. I mean, it's really it's exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time. It's one of those things to where every now and then you have to get over some roadblocks.
Yeah, but so has been being a film photographer
Yeah.
for, I'd say, over 20 years for myself. Well, mind you, I've been film photographer my whole life because, we didn't always have digital. But I got serious about it, let's say, about 20 years ago. And from that very point, the early 2000s, film's dying. It's still here, guys, and I'm still expecting any day that's going to be it.
And it's you remember, and this is also ties into what we talked about before. It's just fascinating because we've had discussions before, and then I hear things and I go, okay, yeah, this all kind of ties in. Remember what I said about the future whenever we were talking about Kodak, Ilford, and all these different companies?
Right.
I said, I think the future is going to belong to the people who can do things more in-house.
Yeah.
And that the people
Like
who
Film Ferragna.
Film Ferragna.
Who can do it all.
Now, not right now, but that's what their goal is.
That's their aim.
That's
so
what they're
to
aiming.
make the canisters, to make the spools, to make
make
the
the-
back picture, to make the film, to make the
strips.
acetate, all of it.
To make it all in-house. That's the future.
Yeah.
That's the future. But a lot of these companies that are sort of outsourcing and doing things and getting their fingers with everything, the problem with that is when one has a major problem, it sucks everything else
They
down.
all have a problem.
And then once that happens, the phoenix that rises out of it is going to be a far better thing. But we got to go through a lot of things, and we got to see what happens. I mean, I've already said that I think the companies that are relying on others are going to have a lesser impact in the future.
Buckle up, it's going to be a bumpy ride.
It's going to be, it's definitely going to be a bumpy ride. But because of all this bumpiness, there's a lot of places that are going to suffer from it.
So speaking of suffering, are we going to the last bit of our news?
We are indeed.
Now, I tell you what, guys, we're going to talk about this. I probably would have talked about this at the start of the video, but, for some reason, every time we have a video discussing Dallas Center for Photography, we don't get a lot of views, and I don't understand why. They're great people. They really are. It's a nice place. It's phenomenal. I learned wet plate photography there from Lisa Emalehi. They've had great gallery exhibits. They have taught countless people how to shoot and
digital
develop
film
and process film. It's just, it's amazing the stuff that they've done.
One of the only people I know that did Kodak Brownie walks. Photo walks.
Yeah, the little brownie cameras,
They had like a dozen of them. They'd hand them out, and they'd go shoot, then they'd process it, and then they'd all come back and they'd look at it, and they'd show them on the wall. They would have the viewings of it. I mean, a lot of huge support.
So what is the news? Dallas Center for Photography is
closing its doors.
Which is very sad.
It is.
Very sad.
Everything that they've got going on in July will continue.
Right.
Then after that stops, after all those classes that they have scheduled are over, they will keep an exhibit up till like August 4th.
Okay.
And then after August 4th, that exhibit will close, and then DCP will be gone. And I believe that it's going to be like, close it down, sell the building. Just it's going to be.
It's
gone.
the times we're in. So we're still in Dallas. We're in Dallas. The cost of real estate is going through the roof here. It's making some things untenable.
Yes. And
I mean, even Todd is kind of he's
feeling
feeling the brunt of that. But that's for a different video. I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is. But it's one of those things. Like I said, there's going to be obstacles in the way. But the future for film is going to be bright. I mean, it's going to be great. We're just going to have to clear some hurdles.
The demand is so high right now. It's so high.
What is bizarre is there are whole sections of the world that's just getting little bitty dribbles of film going to them.
Yeah.
They have a huge demand of film in Australia.
Oh yeah.
But it's just like. Whoever is.
Do we have any Australian viewers?
I don't know. If
you've gotten this far in the video and you're from Australia,
let us know.
Please let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty sure we got somebody somewhere from there.
There has to be. Because they're probably saying, you know what? I like their accents.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of hick sounding.
They're kind of hick sounding.
It's cute.
How am I supposed to take them for real when they sound like that?
I don't know.
Sure.
But it's funny. I mean, it's the film. I used to have I haven't seen him in a while, but an airline pilot who flew from Sydney to DFW. That was his
Right.
flight. And then when he got here and he had time, he drove over, bought a sack of film, and went back home. And he said, you can't find it, it's limited, and it's twice as expensive. Oof. And so the people who receive it, you know, they're like the kings of the world. They can name their price. They can sell it to who they want. I mean,
Yeah.
They're in the position of power because they got the gold. They got the golden rule. They got the film and they rule.
I know.
But it's so if the floodgate, I mean, the demand is out there.
Poor little Australia.
I know.
I mean, I know they've got more land mass than Texas, which is really, that's boastful in itself.
Yes.
But
yes.
they've got less people in Texas, which is hilarious.
Yeah, it is. It is. And the other thing, too, that's funny is that, which is speaking of the wall of film and people coming in to see it, Atlanta Film Company came by to see it.
Right.
Somebody dropped in Saturday from Salt Lake City. They worked at a camera shop up in Salt Lake City and wanted to see the Great Wall of Film while they were in Dallas, and of course they bought a few things from it, and they said, "Yeah, well, no, we don't have the selection in Salt Lake."
So
anyway,
so DCP is going to be missed, but I've already gotten at least one comment on our YouTube stuff, and thank you for the comments. I've got a comment coming up, guys, so please hold on. That their biggest concern with DCP closing is going to be the photo swap meets or the camera swap meets, the Dallas camera swap meets. That, you know, of course, they went away for a while. You and DCP brought them back from the dead. Everybody loves them, but now everybody's fearing that that's going to be the end of
I mean, the hard thing of that is several things. First of all, to find a place to hold it. The second thing is the rent that they would want to charge.
Yeah, I mean that is the number one, right?
The rent for the space
the cost for a place, you know,
just to rent for a day is insane.
Yeah,
and so finding a place. But I think that there are several things going on that will open up that possibility later on.
Okay,
I'm hoping, because again, there is so much going on. I can't. It's just.
Well, listen, guys.
It's overwhelming.
Todd and I are going to put our brain power together, and we're going to see if there isn't some way to save the camera swap meet, because we know how much you guys like it. You know,
I know how to run them and set them up.
You do know how to run them. It's like it's almost if you got everybody on your Rolodex.
Well,
do you still have a Rolodex?
No. So I'm sure I have a physical Rolodex somewhere in here. But not that I use.
And a rotary dial phone.
Yeah. God, I love those things. It's fun.
All right, so let me grab that. Let me grab our comment, and we'll see how well we do.
It's been a mixed bag of things. I mean, get things coming in, things going to happen, things that are no longer going to happen. It's just a topsy-turvy world out there right now.
Okay. All right. So. I'm not going to say the person's last name, but the person is Kadem.
Well, geez, you don't need to say the last name.
That's no, the Kadem. And of course, this was for the Blaine's Polaroid SX70 video. Okay, so you remember the lovely Zane Polaroid we had a great time talking to him about SX70 and repairing them, all that kind of good stuff. Here's the comment.
Well, yeah.
You ready for this one?
I'm ready.
If I had $1 for each time y'all cut off your guest in this interview, I could pay you to reshoot it. Wow. Best comment ever.
Yeah, because it doesn't cost us anything to shoot it.
Cost us nothing. I make no money from this, guys.
$1 would be more than it costs. Yeah.
Well, I think I would demand at least $1 each.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah.
But speaking of Zane, he was in here recently.
About a month ago.
I know he's taken some of your SX70s. He's trying to show them a little love.
He's holding them hostage, yeah.
We're hoping to have Zane back in for another video. Now, there's no guarantee that we won't cut him off.
No.
Because, as a matter of fact, there's a guarantee that we will cut him off.
Absolutely.
But, you know, Zane has the same amount of fun as we did.
He did. He had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
He rolled with it. Very knowledgeable. But, yeah, next time, though, we're going to have, we've already got the topic
Set aside. Yeah.
Set aside.
We know what
figure it
the
out.
topic's gonna be.
And maybe we should let him talk some because it's going to be a great topic. Whenever he was talking to us and saying these things, we're going to go, that has to be in a video because it's fascinating. I mean, you thought he knew a lot about what's going on and fixing the camera.
Right.
He knows a lot about how to use it once it's fixed.
Right.
And
So
I mean,
that
a
video
lot of
is
things.
coming soon.
Yeah, it's a lot more. It's more impressive and a lot more than you would think.
Yeah.
So that will be a video in and of itself.
Right. So I'm gonna cut you off
Yeah.
now on purpose,
Yep.
and we're gonna wrap this one up.
Yep.
We're gonna wrap it up. So guys, as usual, please do share, like, subscribe,
Yep.
tell a couple
Yep.
friends, tell
Tell-
Mama
yeah.
Holga that she needs to watch this video. You should get her number.
Yeah. Tell about 700 other people because we want to get them to subscribe and get us to 2,000.
We certainly do.
At least get 700 people and more.
All right, guys, we'll see you next
Thanks.
time.
Take
Later,
care.
y'all.
Bye-bye.
Woo! I tell
Oh,
you
man.
what, I think what we need to do is go have some lunch.
Okay. I think I can do that.
I saw the flying fish down the street. They were washing their windows as I drove by, so they must be open.
Man, they're getting ready for you. Then.
I hope they got a table.
I hope it's open.
Are we the right height?
I don't know. I can't see.
You can't see.
I just see blobs. All right.
Are we ready to have some fun?
Are we ready?
Ready to rock and roll?
Ow.
I had to get that out of the way.
Yeah, but my
Aw.
ears hurt now. I don't want to go home.
Me.
My.
You.
Me. Me, oh, me.
Might be making the outtake reel.
Maybe.
I always hate it when you watch the outtakes and then they say, well, that's going to make the outtake reel. And it's like, you've just ruined it.
He did. He
You
just ruined it.
Just, keep right on going. Don't even mention.
Act like
nothing has happened.
Just keep right
Just
on
keep
walking.
pretending.
That's it. That's it.
All right, just roll with it, okay?
Roll with
Because
it.
this is all we do.